In this video, we're going to dissect what proxies are, what they do, and talk about different providers. Then I'll go ahead and share with you in the upcoming videos residential versus static versus data centers and everything you need to know. So the very first thing that you need to understand is, what is a proxy? Well, at the core of it, a proxy hides your IP address, and your IP address is essentially your home address on the internet, essentially. It basically is your identification to your internet service provider on who you are. And if you type this into, where is my IP, it'll show you what town you're in. So it'll go ahead and say Fort Lee, New Jersey. That's exactly where I'm based out of. So Fort Lee, New Jersey. This is my IP address. So again, by the time I release these videos, I'll probably be moved out of here, so this won't be my IP. So again, just keep this in mind. My IP right here is 71187, and even if I go ahead and I go into multi-login, remember this profile we created? If I click start, you're going to see right here, it'll open up a completely new browser, and it shows me this IP. So 71, let's open this up again, 71.187.95, it matches exact, right? I want you to keep this in mind. I want you to keep this in mind on what the IP is, because once we link up all the settings, it's actually going to change. So this IP is going to put you somewhere completely anonymous. You're going to be able to be completely anonymous on who you are and where you're located. So you're going to see the city changes, the region changes, the internet service provider, the ISP. So let's actually talk about my favorite provider and another provider that I know a lot of people have great use using. So this used to be Illuminati, but now they call it Bright Data. So Illuminati is who I use, and we'll dive into their pricing after I explain Smart Proxy. So Smart Proxy is also really good. Now there's a few different proxy settings or proxy types that you should know about. But what we're going to be using are two types, residential and static. And I'm going to break down what each one is actually used for, because each one has their own purpose depending on the account that you're using. So I personally like Illuminati or Bright Data. I've been with them for a very long time. There's a link down below this video. Yes, it's an affiliate link. Yes, somehow, some way I get paid. It would be phenomenal if you use that link, because boy, do I spend a lot of money with Illuminati. So anything to offset that would be great. And with that being said, Illuminati is my favorite. They are on the pricier side, but they're great. And once you start using all these proxy services, or whichever one you decide to use, it's like a software that you get built into, and then you can't stop using it because you're already built into it. So if you want to use Smart Proxy, you can, and Bright Data over here as well. So if you hover over the pricing for Bright Data, you'll see the data center is 40 cents per IP. Internet service provider proxy, $3 per gigabyte. This is going to be really important, $3 per gig. So let's actually go ahead and go into residential proxies for now. So you can have a pay-as-you-go plan. Now, never ever will you use a data center. Residential, that's what I love. ISP as well. Mobile, we'll never use mobile as well. So again, Bright Data is something we'll dive into a little bit more in an upcoming video, but then we have Smart Proxy. Now, again, we have residential plans, data center plans, search engine plans, and reseller plans. Well, we're not going to go ahead and do anything with the data center and the others. What we're going to look at is residential, but we can also have static IPs, meaning we're just going to want one IP address. So essentially, residential is okay. But what we also want to go ahead and do is, again, I don't use Smart Proxy. They changed a lot of their layout here. What I can say, we'll never use data center. We're not going to use search engine, and we're not resellers. We don't need to white label their services. So again, let me just go here and see what they have. So residential proxies, yeah, that's what I thought. So residential proxies is pretty much what we're going to be using, and we're also going to be talking about static IP residential proxies also. So I definitely suggest using Illuminati pay-as-you-go, or I have the monthly subscription. I have a $500 monthly plan. Oh, excuse me. I have a $1,000 monthly plan. We just went ahead and are looking at the 3,000 because we're scaling up very rapidly. It makes everything so much cheaper, so much cheaper. As you can see, you're going to use a lot of data as you use this, and you'll see how much data you actually use. But just for having one account right now, you're fine with pay as you go. All right. So that's what a proxy is. It hides this IP address, and we're going to be hiding it from Facebook. And the best provider, or the best two providers you can pick and choose, is Luminati and Smart Proxy. I've heard very good things from Smart Proxy. I haven't used them in forever, so I can't speak on them currently, but all I use is Luminati right now, and they work flawlessly. So with that being said, let's go to the next video where we talk about residential versus static IP addresses. I'll see you there.